Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're talking about hotels, hostels, travel. We'll be reading a little, discussing vocabulary, and of course, having conversation. If you guys have any comments or questions on this class, or you want to get updates about my future classes, you're welcome to friend me on Verbling or message me on my Verbling profile, where you can also schedule private tutor sessions. Tony, welcome to class.
Hi, teacher. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Excellent. I'm doing really well, having an awesome week so far.
Great.
And I put the notes in the chat box for you. So, we're going to start with a couple conversation questions to get the ball rolling on our topic today. The first question, of course, is what type of accommodations are available for travelers and which do you prefer? So, if you're going to travel outside of your city, maybe even outside of your country, where might you or someone else stay? A traveler, a tourist. Where would they sleep?
Just a moment. It's uploading. Okay. So the first one question.
Question number one. What types of accommodations are available for travelers?
Travelers can go to hotel, hostel, bed and breakfast, camping.
Camping. Yeah, good one.
And I don't know in English other accommodation.
That's a good enough list for me. And which do you prefer? Which do you like the best?
I like hotel, but it depends on where I go and which is my budget.
Yeah, very true. Thank you very much, Tony. Andrew, welcome back to class.
Hi all.
Good to have you with us, Andrew. Tell us, when you travel, where do you like to stay? Do you prefer a hotel, a hostel, camping, a bed and breakfast, or something else?
I prefer hotel.
Hotel. Why?
Uh, is more comfort uh, and you are more safe and
Mm-hmm.
everything you need you can take easily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for that.
Makes sense. Maria, welcome to class.
Hello, teacher.
Good to have you here with us. Tell us, when you go on vacation, where do you prefer to stay? A hotel, a hostel, camping, bed and breakfast, or something else?
I prefer hotel because for me is more comfortable.
And why is it more comfortable?
Mm, I don't hear. Could you repeat, please?
Why do you feel it's more comfortable? What's better about a hotel?
Mm, mm,
I can put the
I,
question
pre-
in the chat box as well.
mm, I prefer hostel because it is more comfortable. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer that. I can go to living room, a restaurant. I prefer that um, mm, is very comfortable, although it is very expensive.
Mm-hmm. All very true. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
Fu Kwai? Kui? I'm not quite sure how to say your name. Can you help me?
Just call me Fu.
Okay, excellent. Good to meet you, Fu. Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Awesome. And when you go on vacation, what are your favorite accommodations?
Actually, I go on vacation 1 or 2 times a year. So I would like to go to a seaside city to enjoy the fresh air and swimming and enjoy time with my family or my friend.
Do you stay with your family at their house or do you stay in a hotel or something else?
Actually, because we often go to a seaside city, so I prefer a room in a resort. Yes, because it a big front, so you can see the ocean in front of you via the window, so it make you feel very comfortable. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think resort just is a kind of hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Fu. And Yusuf, tell us when you go on vacation, where do you like to stay? Hotel, hostel, something else?
Most of the time I like to camp because camping it sort of inject the spirit of adventure and something like that. I like to most of the time when I travel I don't like to stay in a relaxed place. I want to move and things like that.
Very cool. You're an adventurer and you love to camp.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Aka, when you go on vacation, where do you prefer to stay? Camping, hotel, hostel, something else?
Hotels.
Why do you prefer hotels?
Because usually hotel has a good condition,
Mm-hmm.
I
For
guess.
what?
Yeah. So for accommodation, for food, or beds, or room, or cleanliness, or yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're easier. Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get into the reading. We're going to read a little bit about hostels and hotels and then discuss. This first paragraph here, Yusuf, can you read it for us?
Yeah. Uh, the Hans Brinker budget hotel in Amsterdam is bad and it knows it. The hotel is probably the worst hotel in the world. The hotel caters to backpackers and students, and its amenities include hotel style rooms equipped with metal bunk beds and blue metal lockers from $22.50 a night. The hotel advertising warns customers of its 50 condition in advance. Past slogans include.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And to read the slogans and the next short paragraph, I'm going to ask Tony. Go ahead.
Improve your immune system. Stay at a hand's brinker. It can't get any worse, but we'll do our best. Now with beds in every room. Proudly disappointing travels for 40 years. The hotel's disclaimer. Those wishing to stay at the Hans Springer Private Hotel Amsterdam do so at their own risk and will not hold the hotel liable for food poisoning, mental breakdowns, terminal illness, lost limbs, radiation poisoning, certain disease associated with the uh, 18th century, plague, etc.
Thank you very much. And the next two very short ones are going to be for Fu.
Yes, yes.
Can you read the next two for us?
Yes. The hotel operates a strict eco-friendly policy, which includes no hot water in its shower and eco-friendly elevators, the stairs. It also encourages customers to try out using the curtain to save the planet. Here are some reviews from TripAdvisor.com from travelers who have taken the plunge. The accommodation is extremely basic, and some of the rooms look like prison dorms, but it's cleanish and cheap. The bar sells a cheap pint, and you do get breakfast.
Thank you very much. And the last two paragraphs, Maria,
Okay.
can you read them for us? Thanks.
Yes. Stayed here with a travel group last week. Has to be one of the worst experiences of the trip. The hotel stank of wet. Where rooms were not clean, and the bathroom stank of urine. At night, there were drunk people banging on the walls, and they turned on the fire hose outside the room at 40 a.m. Managed to get all languages with please never stay here. Amsterdam is a wonderful city, but this truly almost ruined it for me.
One more short one, Maria.
April 1940.
And the very last paragraph, let's have Elise. Welcome to class.
Hello. Hello.
Good to have you with us. Can you see the last paragraph in this text we've been reading?
Is it starting from the hotel?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. The hotel manager and Timot Recover says the hotel's approach is a hint with travelers and students. They love our humor and sarcasm, and they have diminished their expectations to less than nothing, he explains.
Thank you very much. So now let's answer a couple questions. We will also go over all of the words in black. So if you have some questions, hold them for just a minute while we answer these questions. Number one, how does the Hans Brinker Hotel protect the environment? Andrew, do you remember how they protect the environment?
Okay, just one moment.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Okay. For example, it encourages customers to dry off using the curtains to save the planet. For example.
Yeah, totally. So instead of washing a towel, you can just use the curtains in the bedroom.
Yes.
All right, number two, name 3 positive comments about the hotel mentioned in the reviews. Aka, can you see any positive comments made about the hotel?
Positive comments in a review. The crunch of but cleanish and cheap, and bar sells cheap pints. Maybe, yeah, these 3.
Yep, those are the ones. And the last question, what does the manager think about the hotel being labeled the worst hotel in the world? How about Tony? Any ideas what the manager thought about all that?
The manager is happy about that because it's the it's a hit with the students and travelers. It's uh, characteristics.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thanks, Tony. Question number 4. Would you stay at the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel? I'm going to get a couple opinions on this one. Fu, would you stay there?
Maybe I give it a try for one day.
All right, so you're not too excited about the prospect of this hotel, but you would try it.
Yes.
Maria, would you stay at the Hans Brinker Hotel?
No. Um, I prefer a hotel. It is comfortable, but this is a hotel. It is a shame that is very bad.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. Elise, would you stay at the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel?
No. If I go for traveling alone, probably I will consider it. However, nowadays, no matter wherever I go, I take my son along, so it doesn't suit us.
Very sweet of you. So you think it might be good enough for you, but not good enough for your son. All
Yeah.
right. Andrew, would you stay at the Hans Brinker Budget Hotel?
Yes, I think it's good idea to try a different hotel. If I am alone, if I go with my girlfriend or with my family, I won't go to this hotel because I'm not crazy.
All right. Aka, would you stay there?
Yeah, I checked the picture of this hotel, but the problem is, we have to share the room. So cost is attractive, but for the security, I prefer to stay capsule hotels.
Yeah, private rooms are nice.
Yeah.
And
Is
Tony,
there,
you're the last. Oh, go ahead, Aka. Sorry, I cut you off.
sorry. The same price capsule hotels are available here, so I prefer to stay there.
I don't understand what a capsule hotel is. I
Uh,
think I've heard of them, but explain it to us.
yeah, kind of the capsule, small capsule, in the room, and people stay. And inside the capsule, radio, alarm clock, and TV are available. And we close down the curtain, and that curtain is very difficult to open outside. And we can, how can I say, leave the luggage in the locker. So much more safer, I guess, or comfortable
Interesting.
because we can at least we can have a private space.
Very interesting. I looked up some pictures and it's pretty cool. So you prefer a capsule hotel.
Yeah, in
But
this price, yeah,
okay,
almost
so
same price. Yeah,
instead of the Hans Brinker, you'd prefer a capsule hotel, but you still prefer a normal hotel better than both of those options, right?
yeah, that's right.
All right, thanks, Aka. And Tony, would you stay at the Hans Brinker Hotel?
I stayed in a hotel in London, similar to this hotel, but at least there was hot water, so I think that was enough.
Yeah, hot
So
water
my
is nice.
answer is not.
All right, has anyone else had an experience like this? A hotel that was very cheap, but also not a very good hotel?
Yes, I have.
What was it like?
Kind of. I regretted that because it smelled badly.
Ooh.
Strong tobacco smell. And yeah, and room is not so. Yeah, I didn't expect the room actually, the quality of the room, but I couldn't tolerate that tobacco smell in the room. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have a bad experience or a good experience with a hotel like this?
Yes, I have lots of bad experience living in a cheap room or cheap hotel, just because in my country when in the on the holidays, the visitor go to the tourist province, very a lot of people going there, so we don't have many choice. So I have to stay in some cheap hotel for some time, and I what I can say about the room is very small with not cheap furnitures and very smell, and the toilet is terrible, and but we have to stay there because we have no choices.
Yeah, happens to all of us sometimes, I think. Anyone else have an experience they'd like to share about a hotel they stayed in? All right, then let's move on to the vocabulary. Below we have all the words that were in bold in the article, and we're going to talk a little bit about their definition. So the first word is the word dub, used as a verb. It's in the first paragraph. Hotel is proudly dubbed the worst hotel in the world. Anyone have an idea about the definition for the word dubbed?
Named.
Yeah, it's like named. So it's been given this name. All right. Next one we have is cater. The hotel caters to backpackers and students. Can anyone give us a definition for this one?
To provide food and drinks.
Uh-huh. So it's to provide food or drink.
Meet
And in
their
this
needs.
context, go ahead.
Meet their needs.
Yeah, meet their needs. So it's kind of like their specific food and drink and needs are being met for mostly backpackers and students. Their goal is to meet the needs of students, backpackers, and other people who are traveling very cheaply. All right, next up is amenities. Its amenities include hotel-style rooms equipped with metal bunk beds and blue metal lockers. What is an amenity?
Facilities.
What?
Facilities.
Yeah, facilities. That's another word we could use here.
Filthy.
Okay, so the next word is filthy. What can we say about the word filthy? Yeah, dirty. It's the extreme of dirty. Next up is disclaimer. The hotel's disclaimer. And then it says, those wishing to stay here.
Announcement.
No, it's not announcement.
It's
warning.
like an announcement. Warning is a good way to say it. So they're telling you it's not their fault if you have a mental breakdown or any of those other problems.
Regulation.
How about the word liable? The hotel is not liable for food poisoning, mental breakdowns, termination, or terminal illness.
In this
Take
case,
responsibility.
They don't take responsibility. Anything else?
Irresponsible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're saying it's possible that these things will happen, but they're not responsible for it. What about limbs? Lost limbs?
Legs or hands.
Uh-huh.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial, like,
Responsible?
right?
Did you say artificial?
I guess so.
Well, you
No,
can
it's
have artificial limbs.
Like
Possible.
part
it's
of body.
Responsible.
we have 4 limbs, right? Upper limbs and lower limbs. So lower limbs are our legs. Upper limbs are our
Uh-huh.
forearms, hands, or considered as
Exactly.
limbs.
Exactly. What about taken the plunge? That one's a little farther down. They say travelers who have taken the plunge.
Going down steeply. Going down
Uh-huh.
sharply. Yeah, it's going down
Yes.
sharply. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about clean-ish?
Clean-ish. Have a quality of clean, right?
Yep, to have a quality of clean. So what's the difference between something that's clean and something that's cleanish?
Maybe cleanish means clean-like, somewhat clean or something.
Yes, exactly. It's like clean. It's not clean, but it's almost clean. It's sort of like clean. Okay? And the last one there is, or actually no, we have 2 more, but this one is weed. It's a slang term for a substance. Does anyone know for what?
Marijuana?
Grass.
Yeah, these are all words for the same thing, and a lot of them are slang, but I think the
Grass.
more, yeah, it could be a considered grass, weed, marijuana. It's a type of drug that you smoke. And the very last one now is diminish. Diminish their expectations to less than nothing.
Disappear.
Put down, disappear,
To bring down.
bring down.
0 hours.
Uh-huh. Any other notes on these vocabulary words? Excellent then. So we're going to use these vocabularies to make some sentences. And like in previous classes, I'm going to give you some words and you guys are going to write a sentence in the chat box for us. Starting with Aka, can you do the first one with oh, actually, no, not government and uprising. That was an example one. Can you do dub? Write a sentence using dub.
Okay.
Andrew, will you do cater and rich people? Elise, amenities and my house. Maria, filthy and accommodation. Fu, disclaimer and liable. Tony, limb and accident. Or, yeah, accident. So get those sentences ready and put them in the chat box whenever they are ready. If you are finished before everyone else, you're also welcome to try one of the other prompts down below that we didn't do yet. Take the plunge, ish, weed, Amsterdam, finish, and lifespan. Diminish and lifespan.
Sorry, teacher. Can you repeat what does take the plunge mean?
Liable.
Teacher?
Sorry, I was talking with the microphone muted. So take the plunge means to drop sharply, but it can also mean to take a risk of some kind, like they were saying in the article. So travelers who have taken the risk of staying at this hotel.
Thank you.
Sorry, teacher.
Question?
Yes. Just I want to make sure what I have to do. Just make a example sentence with the word, right?
Exactly. Make a sentence using the words you were given.
Yes. And then we have to read it aloud for everybody in the class to hear.
First, write it in the chat box and then we'll talk about it. We
Right.
have
Yes.
one already done.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I understand. Yeah.
All right. Couple already done. I love my house because there are many amenities such as swimming pool, gym, function room, barbecue pit, and playground. Excellent. And I would put articles in front of all of those nouns. So it has amenities such as a swimming pool, a gym, a function room, a barbecue pit, and a playground. Thanks, Elise.
Thank you.
I dubbed my name as Aka Ken. Okay, so in this case, that's a good way to say it, but it's a little bit redundant. It repeats itself. You could say, I dubbed myself Aka
Yeah.
Ken.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks,
AKA
Aka.
Ken.
Oh, AKA Ken.
Yeah.
So I should be calling you Ken? Is that it?
Yeah, but maybe it's easy to forget. It's okay to call
Oh man, I
account
can't
later.
believe
Yeah.
I've been calling you the wrong thing for so
Yes,
long.
yeah. In the past, can appear in the Google Hangout, but now can I cannot nobody can see the name part. Sorry.
All right, well, thank you for your sentence, Ken. And oh, that's it so far. So we're still waiting on a couple more, but if you guys are finished with your sentence, feel free to write one with the other ones that we haven't used yet. Ish is a really fun one to use. Try to write a sentence with that. And one more sentence in the chat box. You should read the disclaimer carefully if you don't want to be fined for your violation. Yeah, awesome sentence. Thank you, Fu. The hotel will be liable for any loss happen to your luggage in private property left in your room. Excellent sentence. A couple minor mistakes here. The hotel will be liable for any loss that happens to your luggage. So any loss that, yeah, there we go. Any loss that happens with an S to your luggage. And private property left in your room. Great. Thank you, Fu.
Yes.
One more sentence in the Google chat box. I had a terrible accident and I don't know how I still have all my limbs. I am very lucky. Excellent sentence, Tony. I hope this isn't based on anything true.
No, it's not true.
Excellent. That's good. Good to know. All right. So there are still a few more that you guys can try if you want. I encourage you guys to make more sentences with those extra prompts. But we also have some discussion questions. So this hotel we were talking about is in Amsterdam. When you think of Amsterdam, what do you guys think? So we're going to talk for a second about Amsterdam. Maria, when you think of Amsterdam, what do you think?
My sentence is the accommodation is pretty in spite of the fact that the hotel is comfortable.
Excellent sentence. Thank you, Maria. And what do you think of Amsterdam, the place?
Will you repeat, please? Would you
What do you
repeat?
think of Amsterdam? It's the question that's being screen shared under discussion questions number 1.
Sorry. Um, I would like to go see Amsterdam. I don't visit Amsterdam. because I think that this town is very nice, is dirty.
So you said it's very nice but dirty? Thanks, Maria. Good to know. Elise, what do you think of Amsterdam? What comes to mind?
Amsterdam is a very natural place, but it is undeveloped because it is very dirty and it seems, yeah, it is very dirty.
Have you been there?
No, I suppose. I suppose.
So you've
No.
heard a lot about Amsterdam, and that's what you've heard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good thing.
Thanks, Elise. Fu, can you tell us what you think about Amsterdam?
Yes, I have not ever been in Amsterdam, but I see in TV that Amsterdam is a city below the sea level. So in the city, there are a lot of river inside the city. Amsterdam people go around by a bicycle. There are many people using bicycle to go around the city, and when I think of Amsterdam, I just think of the Netherlands, which is famous for tulip flower, and Amsterdam is also an in very famous tourist destination in Europe, and the national football team of Holland play very well. Yeah, that's all.
That's a lot of information. Thanks, Fu.
Yeah.
Aka, what do you think of when you think of Amsterdam?
Yeah, my image of Amsterdam is a river and liberal city, and maybe the eco-friendly city because people ride on a bicycle, not a car.
Mm-hmm. Tony, what do you think of Amsterdam?
I think that Amsterdam is a very nice city, but too much people go there for bad things.
Like what?
Just to smoke in a coffee shop all day.
All right. So lazy, kind of like lazy activities.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. How about number 2? Eco-friendly. Is this just a way for companies to be cheap? So sometimes you'll see something labeled eco-friendly. What do you think about that label? This time we'll start with Fu. What do you think about it?
Uh, I don't think eco-friendly is just a way for company to be cheap because nowadays I know a lot of hotel which use eco-friendly devices, but it is still considered a luxury hotels. So if a company want to be cheap, they can just do it in another ways. That the eco-friendly is not the reason explained for the cheapness of a company. Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
All right. Thanks, Fu. Aka, what's your opinion here on the label of eco-friendly?
Mhm. Yeah, maybe some company use eco-friendly kind of image to promote their goods. So because currently eco-friendly image appeal to people, so naturally company use that image. I don't know
Mm.
actually whether actually eco-friendly or not, but yeah, I think such kind of thing happening in the world. I guess.
Got it. So it's a little manipulative.
Yeah.
All right. Elise, what are your thoughts on eco-friendly stuff?
Well, eco-friendly hotel does not mean Are you asking me about hotel or
Yeah,
label?
could be eco-friendly hotels or anything else you'd like to give your opinion on.
Okay. Um, I think it's a new trend that everyone is starting to take care of the environment. So this word eco-friendly is quite popular nowadays. Mm, Not only in some hotel, I think it's everywhere. For example, in Singapore, there are many types of trash bins around. So I can see that more people are, recycling all the rubbish compared to, 10 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
eco-friendly is a positive sign. I mean, signage. That's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Elise. Tony, how about you? What do you think of the label eco-friendly?
I think that eco-friendly uh, can be very expensive if uh, all the buildings have um particular things, eco eco-friendly particular things. But in this case, it's like a joke. We have the stairs, so we are eco-friendly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sometimes it means something more real, but this time it's just a joke. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Got it. All right. And Maria, what are your thoughts on this label of eco-friendly?
Uh, I think that the companies use this term to promote good service, but I think that the more companies or the more companies not don't use this term reality because
Mm.
these companies use to public.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Um, but the government want that the companies use environment friendly because
Mm-hmm.
it is very important to life.
All right. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you, teacher.
So we're going to skip question number 3 and go to question number 4 quickly. It's an interesting one, and again, it's not one I'm totally sure I understand. It says, does your country have love hotels like in Japan? I know that this is kind of cheap, but can you tell us what exactly they mean by that?
Oh my gosh, I can't say embarrassing to talk. Here, everybody knows that, but everybody don't say it on public actually. Kind kind of hotel for making love. So,
So how is it different than a normal hotel?
kind of interior is bit gorgeous, more or kind of not so simple actually.
So
To
it's like
public.
cheesy kind of heart stuff all over the place, like little
Yeah, kind of
romantic
fantasy like room or yeah, a lot of different types of room. You can Google it. Yeah, I think a lot of picture, yeah, appears on Google.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had to ask because you're, you know, the professional in this.
And
You would know exactly what that means.
and usually the hotel room is for couple, but since it is cheaper than usual hotel, sometimes people stay there secretly. Actually,
Ooh.
not for that purpose.
So lots of people in one room, one love room.
Not no, it's for couple, two people only usually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyone else want to make a comment on this topic about hotels that are mainly for the purpose of love? Okay, then we'll move on to number 5 about couch surfing. So, does anyone here know what couch surfing is?
Not really.
I think when you go to sleep in someone place that you don't know the guy uh, where you sleep, the owner
Yeah,
of the house.
yeah. So, it's when you go on a vacation and you sleep at someone's house, but it's a person that you have never met before. Or usually it's a person you've never met before. Does anyone else want to explain more, or does anyone have an experience with this?
I have no one experience.
You what? You don't have any experience?
No, I slept on the couch, but I knew the the
Ah,
people
okay. Like a friend
owners.
or something.
Yes.
Well, that's a kind of couch surfing. So, generally, couch surfing is what we described. It's when you sleep in someone's house, but it's not a person you know. Does anyone know how you find these places? If you don't know the person, how do you find them?
I think there is some website
Yeah,
that
there's a website. And it's kind of like Facebook or something like that, where you can see people's pages. They have a profile that gives information about them, and they tell you what kind of house they have, when they're available, and things like that, and even what they're willing to offer you. If they have a bed for you, or if they have a couch for you, or if they have a little space on the floor that you
Oh,
can sleep, something
okay.
like that.
So it is similar to homestay.
Yeah, it is similar to a homestay. Have you had a homestay before?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or short-term rental. This is something.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Or service apartment.
All right. So, let's talk a little bit more about couch surfing. I'd like you guys to put 1 or 2 sentences in the chat box describing what you think of this idea. So, you find a person online and you travel to a foreign place and you sleep in their house. Do you think it's a great thing? Is it dangerous? Is it something that's strange or amazing? Just tell me whatever you think about it, or maybe how you would feel if you were going to couch surf. Let me know your thoughts. Write 1 or 2 sentences in the chat box, and then we'll discuss them together. All right, Fu. So you said couch surfing is a new kind of traveling. That's true. And why do you think couch surfing started?
Yeah.
Why do you think couch surfing became a phenomenon?
Uh, just because recently years the world economic is in downturn, so um, especially young people don't have sufficient financial capability, so they have to find another kinds of traveling to save their money or to suitable for their money. So
Mm-hmm.
and with the development of internet, so young people can find another friend in another countries, and they can chat and ask whether I can come to your country and stay at your home for some day, and others say it's okay and it's good to make a new friend, so just come. And so I think it a new trend happen mostly in young people with our sufficient financial condition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right. Thanks, Fu. Then we have Elise's thoughts. Couchsurfing is a great thing because we can get a local person to help us if we go to a new place. Explain that for us, Elise. Why do you think it's positive?
Yes, actually, there are some reliable websites which provide couch surfing for others. And I went to Australia once. Then we stayed in uh, a local's house. We feel it's quite convenient. Okay, I know like in terms of the price, it is really cheaper. And another good thing is that we can use all the facilities, such as we can use we can use kitchen, all these. So it is really very convenient for the family, especially when you take a young children along with or baby along with you. You know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, it is reliable because you can check out from the website, and then I believe I'm not the first person or the only person stay there, so I think can be trusted.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks, Elise. Tony, what have you been thinking about while you were writing?
Yes, I was writing, but I think that it could be a great experience because it's cheaper than other solution. You can
Mm-hmm.
get advice from local people and maybe you can go out with them. Uh, but it also can be dangerous because you don't know where you are going to spend the night.
Mm-hmm.
But if the website have a lot of feedback, maybe this is a small problem. You can get a lot of information before to choose the where you sleep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks, Tony. And Ken, what do you think about couch surfing? Would you ever do it?
Probably no, because I'm a shy person. I don't want to stay at a stranger's house, and it's somewhat risky, like hitchhiking. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if it is a good match, maybe we can enjoy the travel in a reasonable price, or maybe we can stay to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the idea of couch surfing. But personally, I won't do that because of some risk of that. And I'm a shy person, so I'm not to get along with new people so easily, probably.
Yeah, you have to be pretty open for that kind of thing. Very easy to be friendly and that kind of thing.
Mm.
All right. And we have one more opinion in the chat box. Couch surfing could be a great method to travel cheap and to learn different cultures. But there are a lot of crazy people that maybe could be dangerous. All right. Excellent. So a couple little mistakes here. Should be cheaply, travel cheaply, and that instead of then. Other than that, it's excellent. And I think that's true. It's an amazing opportunity, but you do have to be careful. All right. Do you guys have any other comments or questions before we finish up class today? Nothing?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for
We have
coming.
good class now. Interesting class.
It was awesome. Thank you guys for participating, sharing your opinions and experiences, and I hope to see you guys again soon.
Yes,
Okay.
looking forward to meeting you again.
Thank you very
Mm-hmm.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you, teacher.
See you.
Bye,
Bye.
teacher.